Mattel introduced the Hot Wheels VW Bus in 1996 as a first edition. It was very hard to find in the pegs. It's before my time, but from what I hear, it was hard to find. It is a very heavy model. Got a metal base, funny car design, held together with a plastic clip right here, so it's not really a toy. I do downhill racing with them, but otherwise, not really a kid's toy. Metal body, metal base, introduced in 1996, and really, it's only had one other release where it was in the single blister on the pegs at retail. After that, Mattel pretty much relegated it to special promotions. It was used for conventions. It was used for mail-in offers. There was even offers to be used, with other retailers. They had a version that came with a CD-ROM for, I forget what that was, some type of, maybe database. That might have been a database program. Online releases. Yeah, there was even a couple released for track sets. Had a downhill gravity track, and I mentioned conventions before. There's even a VW Bus version with, police, look, a light bar on top. Oh, my poor stand. I don't know if it's going to handle all this weight, but as I mentioned, after the first release, it's only been used for promotions, special box sets, and stuff like that. There was one release where it was on a single card. I'll show you that at the end of the video. Well, in January of 2015, Hot Wheels gives collectors a special treat. In the pop culture line, the Mars segment, we got 6 models, and one of them is the Volkswagen Drag Bus. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cards in order. Here we have the 49 Ford F1 for Dove. For Skittles, we have the Quick Delivery. For Starburst, we have the Dodge A100. I should say the 66 Dodge A100. Twix gets the Combat Medic. 55 Chevy Panel, representing the 3 Musketeers. And M&M's, wow, what a sweet piece. M&M's for the Volkswagen Drag Bus. Mattel doesn't help me with any of my presentations. I pay for everything, so I pretty much just pick up what I want to buy. For the Carvel line, I did buy this Pop Culture Custom 52 Chevy. I wanted a sample of this casting, and it made sense to have an ice cream truck with this casting. Here are the 6 vehicles that were in that lineup. So I think I only got this one here. They also had the Muppets. I did decide to pick up a couple models. I picked up this one here because it was red, white, and blue. It would be perfect for my collection. And of course for the Muppets. Look at that one. We got Kermit. Kermit got himself the Volkswagen T1 panel bus. It's not the same bus. The 52 Chevy truck was the one for that fellow there. Here are the other models that were in that set. General Mills, I picked up a couple cars at least. We got Boo Berry. I picked up this so I can compare it to the regular MIG rig. See, the Pop Culture line, they get metal base, rubber tires, and MIG rig in the basic lineup does not have a metal base. And of course, Cocoa Puffs, got the fan favorite Texas Drive 'em. Beautiful, love those knobby tires. Big, they're real riders, metal base, rubber tires, metal body, and here's the other ones. Actually, I got that one there too. I got this one. I got a couple of them. I must have left them in the box. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the Mars Pop Culture lineup. We're going to take a look and rip all those out of the package, set them free. Let's go ahead and take a look at them loose. We have the 49 Ford F1, and that has the Dove Tampo. Got a little stripes on the hood, on top right there. Dove Tampo on the side. You have that same emblem on the tailgate. Metal body, metal base, real rider rubber tires. All of these vehicles are going to have that feature, or I should say those features. This one's really nice. I don't know if this is the first sample of this casting that I own. Man, it looks great. You can imagine this being a promotional vehicle going around on the streets. You have this. This is the quick D-Livery. Love those rims. Pretty neat. I don't know if I have a sample of those tires either. You probably notice it has a sunroof. You can see inside. You got left side driving. Looks like the engine's right there. No tampo on the inside at all. But that's a really nifty vehicle. I like it. Like it a lot. It looks perfect for this casting. Sometimes I'm not sure why they have certain cars with certain decals. Sometimes it don't make sense. Starburst. 66 Dodge A100. Big piece of metal. When you're spending upper dollars, $4 in the USA, $5 in the USA, $8 to $10 in other countries for collectibles. It's real nice to get metal body, metal base, real rider tires. Beautiful tampo on the side. Once again, looks great. Doesn't look like it's mismatched. Twix. Combat Medic, been around for a long time. Letter Gator, for those of you who go back a long ways. I didn't even think about checking. Does this open? I think they stopped this. Let's see, does this open? Yeah, it opens up. Anything inside? It was just an empty box before, and it's still just an empty box. Uh-oh. Pretty neat tires. They look like Pro Circuit rims on the inside. If you've been a long time collector, I don't know. I don't keep track of the releases, so I don't know if those wheels have been used before. I mentioned that I really like the wheels on the Skittles. I'm pretty sure those have been released before. These here, I'm not sure. For the 55 Chevy Panel for 3 Musketeers. This little panel, nice to have. I have lots of different varieties and variations. Been used for convention cars, mail-ins. It used to have an opening, it used to open up in the back, and we used to have a chop or a motorcycle inside. They haven't done that in quite some time, unfortunately. Hey, look, you got orange tampos on the front for the blinkers. I just noticed on the sides they got the copyright. That's a little distracting. Hey, this side's different, 1932, and what's it say on the other side? 1932. Right here they got a copyright. I noticed it as I was spinning on the other ones. Starburst, they put the tampo on the back for the copyright. Twix, right here on the side. Dove, right here underneath. Unfortunately, I guess if that's what the licensors want, Mattel has to do whatever. If Mattel wants to get a release, they gotta put whatever the licensor wants on there. And down here it has the licensing information. Last up, Big Daddy, VW Drag Bus. It's still a phony car. This one's a little snug, which actually kind of nice now because I can prop it open so you can see inside. Volkswagen Drag Bus. 2 windows. They have other versions where there's windows all down the side. This is the regular Volkswagen Drag Bus. Beautiful M&M's tampo job. There you go in the front. You got the VW headlights, turn signals. Love these wheels, especially on the VW bus. I like to see big slicks on it. Makes sense if it's going to be a drag vehicle, right? So I mentioned that the VW bus has not appeared at retail to be purchased by itself before. It's been in box sets. It was the first edition that I mentioned. And as far as I know, it's appeared only one other time to where you can buy it all by itself in a singular package. And I'm not talking about the 30th anniversary re-release that had the tampo on top. Which one was it? As far as I know, the since 68 version of the Volkswagen Drag Bus was the only other time to where you can get the Drag Bus in a store on a card, except for the 30th anniversary, which I guess technically was you could buy it by itself. There were other times lots of other times where the Drag Bus was like in a Target tin or some other sets, but as far as I know, this is the only other time. If I'm mistaken, let me know. I'm recording this January 2015, so if something's released after this, don't get all over me. That happened after I came. So it's pretty nice that you guys have a chance at getting an M&M's Drag Bus. Hey, look, it's the invisible. Oh, I opened it. But anyways, you got a chance. I don't know, it's going to be very popular. I decided to just buy all the cars online and get myself the whole set of the Mars line. Oh yeah, one last thing before I go. The drag bus was scheduled to be on the pegs. In 2003, Mattel had a preferred series, just like Nostalgia or whatever. You know, they got a series of cars, and they had a Volkswagen set of cars. There's 4 different ones, and one of them was scheduled to be the drag bus. But somebody at Mattel, an executive, said, oh no, we don't release the VW bus at retail. So she pulled the drag bus from the line, and instead they made the micro bus in its place, even though it said VW bus on the card. And then they made the real VW bus a mail-in offer, and it said microbus. So if you see this preferred VW bus and it says microbus, it's actually the VW bus in the package, and it was not available in the stores. If you'd like to see any of my other VW bus presentations, the links are in the description. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the thumbs up. Happy collecting. Bye-bye.